Hi, everybody. This is Chris for Geek Tech Live. Welcome back. It's been a few weeks off for summer, spring, and I guess you could call it fall vacation, but we are back. This is episode 128, and in this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about Banjo, which is actually a website if you go to. It's called ban.jo. It's an app for Android as well as iPhones, and, well, let's just jump right in and talk about it. Okay, so ban.jo. It's a website. If you go out, it's ban.jo, and you can find the app as well, obviously on the iPhone App Store, and of course the Android Marketplace as well. So what is ban.jo? What Banjo alone? What is it? What really does it do, and why would you want to even think about using it? So, all right, the nuts and the bolts of it is it's essentially kind of like an aggregator for the aggregators. So if you're using Foursquare or Twitter or Facebook or whatever to do your check-ins, posts, updates, what have you, ban.jo, or I'm going to continue to call it Banjo from now on, basically allows you to see who's right around you in real time tweeting and allows you to geotag those events directly into your tweet, Facebook post, Foursquare check-ins. It pretty much does everything you can possibly imagine as far as putting these together. So if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Foursquare, all of the sort of the major ones, there's more being added every day. Basically just sign up, and the kind of cool thing is that you just have to log in once. You don't have to go to the other apps to do your check-ins or your tweets or your Facebook updates. You can do it right inside of the Banjo app, and you get to see who's tweeting or Facebooking or what have you right in real time on a little basically map. So again, why would you think that this is something you would need? Well, the cool thing is the fact that some bands are actually using it to tweet out to specific people in the area to tell them to come and see them at their shows. Presidential candidates are actually also looking at how they can actually leverage this app for the elections coming up soon. So where does that leave you, or me in that matter? I'm essentially in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and if you're not in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you're wondering exactly what type of epic hub of awesomeness this is, it's not really any. Now, granted, most of the people that are using Banjo in my area are, well, none of my friends and nobody that I really know, and most of them are college students, which puts me in a disadvantage since I'm about 20 years older than everybody. So I would say that if you're in the 20-something crowd, and you're in a semi-medium-sized city, let's just say not anything, as large as LA or any of the other larger cities like New York and Chicago even, you're going to maybe find limited use for this app, such as myself. It's not a bad app, but it does tend to focus on the locations that you're in and how good the locations really are. Milwaukee's not really the hub of activity, let's just put it at that and leave it at that. And because of that, you kind of just get an aggregation of some people that are tweeting and maybe Facebook posting and or Foursquare check-ins in your area, but nobody that I really would want to actually meet. If I was in a bigger city and actually saw that there was a large group of people that maybe I would want to do something with, or looking for people that I want to do something with, or just looking for people in my area that maybe are tweeting about the same thing, maybe they're at the same event, those types of applications for this app, very, very très bien. Very, very très bien for that. But outside of that, I don't really have a great use for it in Milwaukee. I did actually look up. Now, this is the other cool thing, is that you can actually put in an address, which is kind of neat, and see who's tweeting in that area in that city. So I can type in San Francisco or Los Angeles or New York, or Chicago, and actually see the tweets in that area. Now, that does come in handy if I'm going to be going to that area and, well, maybe I want to see what's going on or what people are saying about what's going on. In that regard, it's definitely a good eats. And now, again, if you're in a larger city, you probably are really going to like this app. If you're in a smaller city, medium, small, I'm going to go ahead and call Milwaukee small. Maybe not a small town, but it's definitely a small city. You're going to have limited use, unless, of course, you're in the maybe 20-something crowd that would definitely find this a boon. It's a huge and a really great app for people. If I was in college, yeah, I mean, pretty much the majority of the tweets that I've seen coming out of Banjo, and again, I'm calling them tweets because I really don't know what to call them. I guess I'll call them Banjifs, Banjives. I'm not sure, but whatever you want to call them, the aggregations of the tweets, Facebook posts, Foursquare updates, all the check-ins and everything else that you could think of that Banjo will track for you, primarily center around UW Milwaukee and and UW Madison, of course. So in the metro Milwaukee area, there's mostly college students using it. And again, for me, my mileage kind of dies at that point. But for you guys, everybody else who's listening to this, you really want to check this app out. I would say this is a fantastic app. If I was just a little bit more younger, maybe a little bit more hipper, I would definitely find a use for it. If you happen to be, I don't know, younger and hipper, this is the app for you. I would go and check it out, download it. You can find and read all about it online at ban.jo. Or you can just go to the iTunes store or your Android marketplace and do a search for ban.jo. Download the app, hook up a couple of your accounts, and try it out. The kind of cool thing is that you can find new and interesting people that you'd be interested in talking to. Unfortunately, for old folks like me, I really don't necessarily want to reach out to the one SEO guy who's in the metro Milwaukee area who tweets occasionally that he's out shopping for food. So other than that, it's a really great app. And I think the applications for this type of app are tremendous, if you ask me. So if you happen to live in a big city and you're listening to this podcast, you need to download ban.jo at your local downloadable marketplace, either iTunes or in the Android marketplace, and check it out today. And if you happen to be in the Milwaukee area using ban.jo, look for me. I am actually using it, and drop by and say hi online. So I believe you can say hi directly from the app itself, which is another kind of cool feature. It actually is allowing you to really kind of reach out and say hi and meet new people, and essentially allows you to translate a online presence and an online sort of personality into physical meetups using this app, which is kind of nice and kind of cool. So if you live in a bigger city, again, in a synopsis, if you live in a bigger city and that city happens to have cool stuff going on, and you happen to have people that do things, unlike Milwaukee, by and large, at least, use the app, download the app, try it out. I really do like it, and I'm going to be using it while I'm in San Diego. So all you people out there, over Halloween weekend, actually literally over Halloween weekend, I will be in San Diego. So if you happen to see me tweeting and you live in the San Diego area, look for me. I'd probably be walking around, maybe say hi, maybe just drop me a tweet, say, hi online. That's all I'm really asking, and that's all I'm really saying. But if I had to give it 1 out of 5 stars, I would give ban.jo, the app, the cool sort of aggregator for the tweet generation, I'd have to give it a 4 out of 5 just because of all the functionality that it actually has built inside of it. There's really nothing out there like it right now, and I don't think that anybody's going to be bringing anything to the table like this for a little while. I mean, this is definitely first to market, and it's a great app, if you ask me. Oh, and by the way, I found out about this, which was really kind of cool, from just playing around online, and ended up talking directly with Kinsey Schofield. So, hey, Kinsey, how's it going? And if you have any more questions or comments, definitely ping out to Kinsey Schofield on Twitter. She'd probably be more than happy to talk to you about anything more about. Okay, to summarize Banjo, the app, what do I think about it? I'm going to give it a 4. Check that out. 4 out of 5 stars for usability, functionality, and, well, just general awesomeness. It has the ability to generate and essentially physical interactions from social interactions, social media interactions, that is, online, because it actually takes all of the individual social media aggregators like Twitter, Facebook, Foursquare, and puts them together and allows you to actually see who's tweeting, who's actually active in your area in real time. In summary, on top of the summary, the presidential elections may actually be using Banjo to check and follow people who are active in the social media sphere that are actually active also in the presidential elections and electoral votes and discussions about politics, if you will. Also, bands are using it in the larger cities, and I think this is actually a really cool app. Again, this is Chris for Geek Tech Live. This is episode 128. We've been talking about the Banjo app, also available for iPhone and Android. Check it out online at ban.jo. I'm just going to say it. I just have to say it. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. If you're not already downloading this app, I mean, you can pause. Go ahead, pause the show. Just pause it. I'll stop right here. Go ahead, just pause. Okay. Obviously, you paused the show. You downloaded the app. I'm hoping that you're absolutely loving it because I know I do. So again, this is Chris for Geek Tech Live. This is episode 128. I appreciate you all for stopping by and look forward to talking to you a little bit more very soon.